You don't become less of a Malaysian. So that was one of the reasons. It's like, we got to move to a lower standard of football, maybe to qualify for the World Cup, because suddenly, sometimes these FAM officials and the Minister of Sport, whoever he is at that time or she is, sometimes get carried away by just because they want the publicity, they come up and make stupid statements. But I think there should be some I would say there should be some intelligence in making stupid remarks. Right? There should be a certain level of intelligence when you make stupid remarks. So that was the reason why I said that let's go to a weaker region and then we can qualify for the World Cup. Now, we should never bid for any World Cup competition and all that, never. I know the Minister of Sport or somebody with the Foreign Minister of Indonesia is thinking of Southeast Asia hosting the World Cup. I think that's rubbish. You couldn't even host the 2007 Asian Cup. Do you remember 2007 Asian Cup? And there were so many problems. There were 4 countries hosting, and yet they couldn't get things right. Don't even think about the World Cup. So when the sports minister says that, then you go like, my friend, next election you'll be out. You have to vote people like that out, because it's not realistic. Don't do that. You have to come across as being intelligent. So why would I want to re-elect a person like that?
Why is it
Well, I have many friends in Terengganu. So that is the World Cup thing. And your third question was?
What do you think about publicizing Malaysia on the Cardiff City jersey? I mean, does that reflect that we are too...
What jersey?
On the Cardiff City Football Club jersey. Okay, does that reflect that we're too fanatic towards English football, or does that show that we're taking a step forward in promoting Malaysia in the football scene?
Do we need to promote Malaysia anymore? Doesn't anybody in the world know where Malaysia is? Is there any country in the world that you don't know exists? Because of the internet, the world is so small. You want to visit a place, they will even give you the directions. You can know, the population, the climate, everything. So why do we need to spend millions to promote Malaysia? Now, if Cardiff are doing it for free, then yes. But if the Malaysian government or the tourism ministry, for example, is paying for that, then they are being stupid. Or the sports ministry, then they are stupid. And you can tell the ministers that Shebby said you are stupid. And I stand by what I say. Why? Why do we need that? Yes, Genting sponsoring Aston Villa, that's a commercial aspect to it, decision to it. That's different. Because they want to diversify, they want to open up casinos in so many other areas. Yes, that's fine. But why do we need to sell Malaysia on the front of a shirt of a championship club? If you want to do it, then do it with a Premier League club. And if you're a Malaysian with loads and loads of money, why don't you buy a Premier League club? Why you go and buy Cardiff City? Why? At least Venkies of India, they are smart. They buy Blackburn Rovers. Straight away you're on the map. Venkies, people know now who is Venkies. I didn't even know who were the Venkies. No, honestly. Then that is specific. But a country should never have to sell itself anymore. Not in this modern world, not with the digital media and everything. No, you don't. Why? Somebody try to explain it to me why we need to sell our country's name on the front of a shirt or any reason why. Companies, yes. Corporations, yes. Branding and whatever other reasons they have. We understand that. But no, I disagree with that. Okay. And I haven't seen Dato' TG in a while, and I'll tell him. Yep.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Just to clarify, it's not by the tourism minister or any ministry sponsoring.
Thank God.
It's by Mrs. Tan and Dato' Chan. They're sponsoring the team.
If they do it for free, fine.
Yeah,
then it's fine.
Doing it for the country.
But we should not be paying for it.
Yeah, we're not.
We should not be paying for it. Now that's a complete waste of money. Like I said, we don't have to sell our country. We don't have to make people aware of Malaysia. Malaysia is a beautiful country, that everybody, around the world knows Malaysia. We've got the guy who invented the pen drive is a Malaysian, right? And of course, the corruption index puts us in the map. So why do you need to, So, like I said, thank God we're not spending the money. If somebody wants to be silly and do it, fine. Next.
Yes, on the topic of grassroots football, we organized the futsal tournament and we found it so difficult to get a team in mixed race, especially those under 21. And because my friend from Brazil said that 5-a-side football or futsal is the key to it, and we have more futsal courts than South Korea. So, so why is it so difficult for us to? For my first question is why is it so difficult to have a mixed race futsal team in terms of grassroots football? And second, why? Even with all the futsal court that we have, I think Simon can relate to this. Why can't we translate that into football development towards the national team?
Okay, the first one, right? Why do you find it difficult to find teams? If you go out, let's say you did it in Johor Bahru, and you said the teams must come from kampongs. A certain kampong or a mukim or somebody has to come up with a multiracial team, it will happen. But in KL, it is more dominated by clubs. So clubs, again, if you have the Chinese recreation club, they're going to only have Chinese players. If you have the Indian recreation club, they're only going to have Indian players. So if you have Samba FC, they're only going to have Indian players. So that's that, but that is no indication that, Malaysia is falling apart. But regionally, you will get different demographics, so to speak. So it is a problem in KL where you can't find multiracial teams. Yes, unless you go to schools or you go to associations or you go to kampongs and like I said, the mukims, then you will find more teams. If you go to Keluang and you say, look, we're going to have a futsal tournament and you need to have multiracial, boom, 20 teams without fail will turn up. Because that's how it is over there. It's got nothing to do with so the demographics is the one that affects you and your competition in Kuala Lumpur. I know Datuk Dina is doing a great job trying to unite everybody and have more, but you can't have it. It's nothing to do with our feelings, towards each other or what. It's just that demographics are not right. So when you go to schools, you can say this is a schools competition. Every race must be represented. Then you will have that. So don't think like, it's not working. No. In KL the situation is unique.
The second question.
Why can't
Since we have so many.
Okay. Now futsal is fundamental to building good skills, and it is a long-term thing. You will see the results maybe in 5 or 6 years' time, because futsal, I think, is the fastest growing sport in Malaysia, which is fantastic. But unfortunately, if you look at the age groups that play, you have various age groups. Like for example, in the futsal center, people who come in from 5 p.m. to about 9 p.m. is the hardcore footballers. We cannot live without our football. Then 9 to 11, is the professionals, the lawyers, the engineers, the doctors, belaga on play football. They come together and have, because they go home, they have dinner with their families, and then they come out to get some exercise. And then from 11 until 2 a.m. is the moto kaki bangku. They don't know how to play futsal, but they love football so much, so they come out, because at night nobody is watching. No, I'm not insulting anyone here, but this is the truth, right? Now, when you have younger players and younger people beginning to play the game, then only we will see a Messi or a Ronaldinho or a Robinho come through. So it is something that takes time. And development is a dirty word in Malaysian sport. Nobody likes to do it because there's no results. So let's be patient. I think we started futsal maybe 90.
Next.
No. I think because I built the first one in Sports Barn was in 2002.
Before that was next, isn't it?
Huh?
Next.
No. because it started around
Started
there.
around there.
So let's give it another 5 or 6 years, then you will find the kids really coming up. So that one we have to be patient. And patience is not something that sports officials have, because politicians are involved in sports. Politicians is all about today. Yesterday is history, tomorrow might never come if you are a politician. So when you are put in charge of a football team, hari ni juga nak menang. Wah, they come out, they make brave statement. We're going to win 3 titles like Johor, which is. I have some history with him. The ex-co Sultan of Johor, he was made the Johor FA president. Oh, we're going to win 3 titles. Yes, we are now in the Premier League. Next thing we know, we'll be in the FAM League and disappear totally. So be patient. The talent will come through. Just like our national team right now. It is not a coincidence. These boys have been together since they were 14, 15 in Bukit Jalil. And they've been growing up together, they've been playing together. And thank God for one sports school, we have a decent national team now. If we had 10 sports schools, we would be maybe in the top 10 in Asia or maybe top 8 in Asia. So yeah. So and as far as futsal talent is concerned, patience is the key word. Next.
Sorry.
Let's leave us the lady.
You have touched on unity and diversity of sports. So I want to ask you about gender equality. On your own opinion, why do I believe the entire world have less lack of interest in women's sports, except gymnastics? So I see that you see Australia have struggled to promote their women's sports to the part that actually have to put their clothes to sell sports. So in your opinion, why this happened?
Right now, in fact, last night I was watching the Women's World Cup. England played Mexico, and I tell you that the English women's team is better than their men's team. They are more imaginative. That much I can tell you. Once again, we are very conservative people, right? The Punjabis, for example, daughters must stay at home. Only go out when you're married. Play sport, no way, right? Punjabis, I think Indians are, let's just include Punjabis, Indians together. I think we are all very conservative. The daughters cannot leave the house, cannot do this, cannot do that. So automatically you are losing a big population. But they encourage their children to play, to go into martial arts. Thank God for that. Is also for safety purposes. You can fly kick someone, you can look after yourself. It's not like they want their children to excel. No, we are very conservative. I think the Malays are the same. The Chinese are the same as well. So it is a very difficult breakthrough. But when you talk about mainstream sport, that is where we get upset. Football, hockey, it's just not enough interest. Why? Because we do not have programs to do that. We have a Bukit Jalil sports school where football is the #1 sport. Do we have a sports school where hockey is the focus? Where you can convince the Indian parents, the Chinese parents, the Malay parents that yes, you can study and at the same time play sport. So until we don't have programs like that, it is going to be very, very difficult. So I know girls want to play because I think 5 or 6 years ago, I was invited to be a guest of honor in Sports Planet is the one next to Sunway, the one with the 11 courts. Sports Planet, yeah. And the 3R, the 3R program from TV, they organized that. And they had about 50 or 60 teams, ladies teams. So until we don't have programs for the females, it's going to be a problem. Now, and as far as I'm concerned, as far as under 12 is concerned, I think the girls should be allowed to play with the boys, be it football or hockey. Because I don't think that there is a disparity at that age. I think you should be allowed. I think the Australians do that. They encourage the girls to play sport as well, mixed sport. And then after that, when you physically begin to change and grow, then you will have separate programs.